Thank you for joining us today on this short video presentation. My name is Ted Henry, and I want to introduce you to Zango. Now, you might be asking, what is Zango? Well, Zango is one of the fastest growing companies in the history. They had a product called, or have a product called Zango Juice. It was a category creating product, the first product to use the whole fruit of the mangosteen. Now, this wasn't just the inside fruit, but everything, the skin, the peel, etc. Even the seeds are all pureed. They provided an unprecedented business opportunity and did $1 billion in less than 7 years. Zango made history with this product, and they are about to make history again. Now, what's unique about Zango is that they offer stability, but at the same time tremendous growth opportunities amid an economy of uncertainty. They offer a compensation plan that is lucrative and is truly unmatched in the industry. It's a compensation plan that truly offers you rewards for the efforts that you put in. The products that Zango offers are simple and unique, and they keep consumers coming back again and again and again. With the pre-launch now of Formula X51, and that's the code lab name, the true name will not be released until September 5th. Basically, this represents the latest category creating product that is truly a giant leap forward in the health and wellness industry. It is truly one of the most transformational products since Zango Juice. History has proven time and time again that the greatest opportunities arise from the greatest problems, and perhaps the greatest problem we personally experience today and that we see all around us is that most everybody is tired, stressed, or depressed. The pace, the pressures, and demands of modern life are huge. The global economic crisis has everyone worried. The pace of change continues to accelerate. We have family obligations, work obligations, church, school, friends, house, cars, traffic, taxes. Sometimes it's a wonder that we are able to function at all. The number one reason that most people go to see a doctor is that they're tired, they're stressed, and they're depressed. In fact, it is such a problem that 1 in 3 doctor's visits are to treat those very same symptoms. Not injury, not disease, not illness, just tired, stressed, and depressed. So there's no doubt that the economy is part of the problem, and it is creating a great deal of financial pressure. Spouses, teenagers, and babies can be challenging sometimes, of course. Jobs and commutes, bosses and coworkers are sometimes difficult, but those aren't the real problems that are making us feel tired, stressed, and depressed. They're just contributors. The real problem is the way that our bodies respond to these stressors. Stress has always been a part of life, and our bodies are designed to help us cope with it, but today's modern lifestyle, diet, and our constant exposure to stress makes it more and more difficult for our bodies to work the way they're supposed to. So we begin to feel bad. Doctors do all they can to help us using the tools that are at hand, but the number of visits to doctors just continues to rise. So we treat ourselves too. We tackle tired, stressed, and depressed with energy drinks, with coffee, alcohol, anything that we can get our hands on. It's virtually impossible to put a price tag on the enormous amount of money being spent on all the ways we try to relieve stress, but the current estimate goes beyond 80 billion, that's with a B, $80 billion. Scientists sometimes define vigor as a holistic combination of physical energy, mental acuity, and emotional balance, and that's where what we're really going for. Vigor really is wellness in the biggest possible sense. When we feel good physically, mentally, and emotionally, then we have vigor. When our vigor is low, we tend to spiral down into feeling tired, stressed, or depressed. Now, vigor is actually something that we can measure in the lab or in a clinic. And the vigor score is a very robust, scientifically valid research term from psychology. One way to measure vigor is to use a tool called the Profile of Mood States Survey, or POMS. The POMS has been used in more than 3,000 studies, making it a true gold standard for assessing vigor. Using POMS, we can not only measure a person's vigor, we can also measure their level of fatigue or energy, their degree of tension or anxiety, and their levels of mental focus and overall mood. One of the reasons that so many people are having such a positive response to X51 is because so many people have the disrupted metabolic balance that comes from chronic stress and leads to low vigor. This patent-pending, all-natural formula certainly doesn't remove stress from our lives, but by restoring metabolic balance, we can feel less stressed out and have improved physical, mental, and emotional energy levels. Dr. Sean Talbot is the formulator of X51. Now, his CV is quite lengthy, and we won't go into all of that. You can read some of it here on the slide. Suffice to say that this gentleman has many, many years, over 200 articles published on nutrition, health, and fitness, is certainly an expert in his field and has the background and experience to bring this product to market and to have developed this product for us. Let's move on to what the product actually is doing for people. This slide here we call the measured proof. On this slide you can see from one of the recent studies that you see measures of fatigue, depression that are cut by half. 48% reduction in fatigue, 52% reduction in depression. Vigor, that combination of mental, physical, and emotional energy, is improved by 27%. That's a huge margin. It's also important to understand that these are not only statistically significant results, but they are also meaningful results that people can feel and make use of in their everyday lives. The opportunity here for X51 is that we now have a category-creating product. This is bigger than anything that's been seen in the industry before. The formula is proprietary, the product of years of research, over 5 years of research. Zango owns the research studies that back up the product. Zango owns the 4 patents pending on the formula X51's effectiveness, and Zango has an exclusive relationship with Dr. Sean Talbot, the scientist, the researcher, and the formulator behind X51. Suffice to say that truly this is an enormous opportunity. Formula X51 is available in limited quantities prior to the formal launch in September, and where the final product name and full marketing materials will be available. We currently have a 30-day supply, 60 capsules, that is $55. We have a 7-day trial 6-pack, 6 bottles of 7-day trials, 14 capsules, for $100. There is also an automatic delivery program that's available for ongoing consumption for both customers and for distributors. The benefits of X51 probably will sound pretty good to you. The improved metabolic balance, more energy, better mood, elevated vigor. But the reality is that as good as X51 is, it only addresses half of what we know we can control in terms of our overall metabolism. The other half of the optimal wellness involves balancing what we call oxidative and inflammatory metabolism. And these are areas in which Zango Juice simply excels. This is why X51 is a perfect partner for Zango Juice. The products together help restore metabolic balance within as many areas as we possibly can, and it's done naturally. Now, what we recommend for somebody that is getting ready to start on Formula X51 is that you utilize the Profile of Moods States, or the POMS survey, which, as we shared earlier, is now the gold standard in measuring vigor. Literally hundreds of distributors have already taken this survey before and after the 1-week trial using X51, and the results have really been nothing short of amazing. So we're going to recommend that you go take your own survey at www.zango.com/X51. www.zango.com/X51. Not only will this allow you to see your own vigor score, it'll allow you to compare your vigor score with others, so you can truly begin to experience the benefits of X51. Well, there's X51 in a nutshell for you. If you have other questions, we invite you to write those questions down and contact one of the Zango distributors. We'll be happy to answer any questions that we can for you and help you move forward in your decision if this may or may not be something for you, at least to try the product for yourself or possibly build an international business with the product. Currently, as of the recording of this video in middle of July, X51 is only available in the US and in Canada. Sure, we'll expand in the future, but for now that's it. Opportunity, action, create an income, Formula X51. We'll talk to you soon.